What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kinda Funny podcast segment of the stream. I'm your host, apparently, Joey Noel.
Good job.
To my left,
Good job jumping on that.
I have one Andy Cortez.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know your whole rigmarole, to be honest.
You don't need it.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect. And then we have Kevin Coelho, the big dog.
Papa, my daddy.
We need a new, I feel like we do need a new
I've always liked the
nickname.
glue.
You like the glue?
Yeah.
You don't like big dog Kevin Coelho?
I mean, it's just one of those things that, like, the glue is also a name that my family has thrown around.
Whoa, this is
Yeah.
transcended kind of funny.
Really?
Yeah, but like independently.
Oh.
Totally unrelated.
Because
Like,
you used to
they
eat
have
glue
no
as a
idea.
kid. You used to eat a lot of glue as a kid. Kevin, there was a day that you were streaming in the lab and you all were playing Fortnite recently.
Yeah, we did some
And you had
community.
your windbreaker on with your hair pulled back and those glasses. And I texted Nick and I said, he looks like he rolls with NoHo Hank. You ever watch Barry?
Yeah.
you look like
That's a good
You look
crew.
like a Chechen mobster. It looked awesome.
What jacket?
Yeah, maybe it wasn't a jacket, but it was very patterned, like color blocked, like blue,
wish I knew.
white, red. You know, so it had collar. You had a collar. It had a zipper, maybe. Zipper. You know what I'm talking about, Chad.
Yeah.
You do. Chat knows.
Look
Chat
at
knows.
YouTube.
This
look
is
at
the day
YouTube.
that we probably played hide and go seek. Did some community games.
There
That
was
was a lot of fun. That was
I
a lot
think
of
it was
fun.
one of the days that we were prepping for the Game Awards, or something was
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
I was out of the office. We came back. I forget what was going on.
Craven Day.
Craven Day.
Craven
Who could
Day,
forget?
of course.
Craven, man. Oh my God. Man, it's finally circling around online, and some people were like, "Man, if this moment in this movie would have gone so much more viral had anybody gone to go see this shit." But it has a moment where the guy goes, "Sir, we lost." He walks up to the Rhino. Rhino's the bad guy in Craven, by the way. And he goes, "Sir, we lost the bat. We lost them. We were chasing them, and we lost them. They're gone." And the guy just out of nowhere goes, and he just makes that sound. And all of us in theater were like, what the fuck was that?
I
And
did see this clip circling around on our Slack channel.
Andy, what's the sound that Mystique makes? The little kid?
I don't remember.
Really? Oh,
I don't
man.
remember.
That's one of those moments of, like, you nailed it. God, so long ago.
Was it a sound? Was it me emulating a
I think it
sound
was
effect?
like,
Oh, no,
Remember?
it was.
Yeah.
Waffle Place Twitch says it's like a dolphin in pain. Does that give you
that's-
any?
That's what the Rhino thing goes. No, but the Mystique thing is.
She gets caught in.
Like that. No, but it wasn't even that. We just made a noise. She never. I don't think she made that noise.
Really? No, I think she did.
I think it was Nick just saying, "Ugh." Like, it was Nick just making
Hey,
a
you're
noise.
Nick in the
I
background
love so
fucking
many.
laughing.
There's
Yeah.
so many people laughing out there.
Yeah.
It's so fun. So this next segment of the stream is broken up into the 3 eras of Kinda Funny. We're starting with us, the first employees,
Because I have to leave.
because Kevin has to leave.
Thank you.
But we had sourced some fun voicemails from the community, some fun memories, some fun stories. So I'm excited to see what people have to say about us because, quite frankly, I have no idea. I listened to the voicemails between Cool Greg and I for the other 2, but I made him do this one so I could go in with
Okay.
a fresh mind.
Awesome.
Oh.
So I'm very excited to see who we had call in and just hear what people have to say and for us to reminisce about our experiences as the first employees of Kinda Funny. Feels appropriate. Bear, are you ready to queue up voicemail number 1?
Yeah, was this like specifically ordered in the okay.
You can play in whatever order is easy.
Yeah, this one sticks out to me from Avit Patel. This is what we're gonna listen to
What a bit.
first. Gonna take a second.
Yeah, take your time.
It's Patel here, and wow, what a journey you've all been on. Coming up from the community, and that one time when Kevin was an
voice.
enigma, you know, many people say he's still an enigma. I just wanted to say I'm oh so proud of everything you've achieved, and thank you for all that you do. Not just for the best friends or those big, beautiful kids, but for Kinda Funny. You've elevated the game and made Kinda Funny so much more than it was. Sending you all the love from the UK. Peace.
Thank you,
Vince.
Vince.
Yeah.
Very kind of you.
Phenomenal. It's always exciting to hear someone's voice or see them when it's just like a name we've seen
Of
in like
course,
Twitch
yeah.
chat for
Yeah.
years. Yeah. And what a phenomenal voice. Good for
Exactly.
Vince Patel's got one of them like AI sounding voices.
Yeah.
You should sell your voice, Vince.
It is funny to think about a time where Kevin was unknown. Kevin
That's
just
like-
sneaking
my-
under the camera lines.
My like Twitter like default photo was just
Like a silhouette or something?
Yeah, it was like no, like the anonymous thing, but like the face was a question mark, yeah, and that's why my character, even we did it today, it's always whenever we play Smash or this horrible game that I
Mario
don't wanna
Party.
play, yeah, is Kevin question mark.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that you've never deviated from the whatever your description is, which is Tim told me to tell you I'm the real Kevin.
Yeah.
I
Kev-
enjoy it a lot.
And Kevin's become such like a presence and kind of funny content off camera, on camera, that it's crazy to think about a time when you were just mysterious.
Yeah.
I would say the laugh was definitely missed. Like, even watching chat reacting to Kevin being back was like, oh, Bless and Mike are talking shit about whatever, or so-and-so is gaming here. And having Kevin's laugh as the constant, you
Yeah.
know? The North Star in the background, you know?
I'm so lucky because I feel like it's very easy for my laugh to just be obnoxious and people are like, ugh.
I feel
Silence
that about
the
my
mic.
life all the time.
I
yeah.
do too.
Yeah.
In so much of Tim and Gia's wedding footage, because I was right in front, you can hear me like screaming and screeching, and I was like, oh, I hate that about me. But that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's why people love you, Kev. I love it.
I
Fire
do
up the next one.
remember the Enigma moments, though.
Yeah.
Like, that was...
Just sneaking around all the time. And then Kind of Funny Live 1 was your official debut, correct?
Yeah. That's so weird.
I didn't go to Kind of Funny Live 1 because I was at Rush's final tour
With your dad?
with my brother and my dad.
It's a great reason.
Just was keeping up on Twitter, though. And it was just like, it's so weird to think, like, that feels like it was 2-3 years ago. It's crazy.
I know. As we've been going through pictures for the back wall, which Andy crushed it on, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is such a beautiful set you built.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been so fun. But it is funny to look back at those pictures and be like, oh, this is like before any of us were really around. Kevin was the only one for so long.
A lot of awesome
What were
old
those
photos.
days like, Kevin? Just chaos?
I mean, it was wild. Like it was mayhem, right? Like we did so much back then. It was awful. We would do one day where we would record, and I was just talking to Greg about this, where we would record 5 Let's Plays. And like by the end of it, everyone was like in a
exhausting.
shit mood.
Yeah.
And then like, we were working out of their like apartment.
spare bedroom.
Yeah, and like there was so much to do with in the day that like by the like 6 o'clock their girlfriends would come in, and it would suddenly be like, all right, well, I should probably leave. I'm not done working.
This is the home transition.
Yeah, and then I'd go home, and then it's like, well, now I'm hanging out with my at the time girlfriend, now wife, and it was like, oh, let's hang out, and I'll wait till you fall asleep till I do these edits, and then it'd be 1 in the morning, and I'm editing this thing, falling asleep, and then people would be like, oh, the name bars are misspelled. It's like, oh man, I
He was like,
was coming in and out of a coma. Oh shit, let me get this out. I had to upload it.
your response should have been, I was going to misspell it regardless of whether I was or not.
But like Andy, I had so much anxiety about it, because like they'd be like, they'd be really understanding, because like they knew this was my schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, hey man, you messed this up. And like that only lasts for so long. So they're like, hey man, you gotta get better about this. They're like, you gotta give me a fucking thing that I can copy and paste.
This is just how Kevin is. This is the
Yeah, I'm
Kevin.
like, I can't be expected at 1 in the morning to be handling this.
That unlocked core memories because we hung out before like Joey and Andy came on. So I remember we would hang out and play like oh shit, what was that weird space game? No Man's Sky. And then like I remember you had your little editing like area, and you'd be like, yeah, I gotta start editing these podcasts. It
Yeah.
was like, holy shit. That was
I mean, for years, I was like, I fucking hate Thursdays. You remember this?
Yeah.
Because it
Oh,
was
I
I
remember
think
this.
we like officially changed the schedules because of how much you hated Thursdays.
did that happen, or did Cool Greg just start handling Thursdays?
A little bit
And
of
I was
column
like,
A, a
it's
little
not
bit
so
of
bad
column B.
anymore. Yeah, 'cause
Every
it was-
week out here, it's Thursday.
Because it was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna be working till like 7:30 or 8 or what.
Yeah.
I don't even remember how late it was.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'll never forget like that first year, and experiencing my first heat wave in SF.
Oh, I have a
And-
picture of the two of us on the balcony.
And us being in the studio because we didn't want to go home, but it was like still fucking hot.
Like, do you remember how like stupid we sounded when we were like, oh, it's 85 degrees, and you're in Texas,
Oh yeah.
100 and like fucking 10?
Oh no, but I'm talking like the heat wave when it was like 98 or
95,
something like
yeah.
that. It was
I had to
crazy.
put my laptop in the fridge because it was overheating.
Yeah, and I was trying to
I
render
don't
party
get it.
mode. I was like, I can't have my computer on. Like this shit is going to explode.
Well, back when I was in college, I would have a laptop that worked great, but every once in a while, like I had to have like this Vornado fan that looks like one of these light fixtures over here, aimed up with the laptop sitting on top of it to keep it cool, or else it would melt.
Yeah, gotcha.
A different time. Thank God we have air conditioning in this studio now. God bless.
One of the best decisions.
Air
we ever made.
conditioning, 2 bathrooms. We really have upgraded
thank
majorly.
God. Thank God.
Barrett, cue up the next voicemail that we have for us.
This one comes from Madeline Stanley.
Madeline Stanley.
Hi, Andy. It's Madeline. I just want to take this moment to thank you for all of the original music you've made throughout the years at Kinda Funny. From random riffs to like full-on jingles, every single one was a bop. So thank you for all the laughs and for all the earworms. Keep the music coming.
Thank you, Madeline.
Truly,
Appreciate it.
You're
the new
built-
era of Kinda Funny. You and Nick singing, you and Greg. I feel like Kinda Funny got infinitely more musical once you joined.
Yeah, one thing I was hoping to do, and I just never found the time for it, but I wanted to, like, either comprise every plot song from In Review, or like just random, KFAF, the Jenga Boys, or Robots with Chloe, or anything like that. Like, I
Let
wish I
him
could
host.
just like. When people say like, "Hey, AI, quit making photos of stupid shit," and like, I wish I could just tell AI like, find every time that I was singing a song with a guitar in all of these videos, make a little like, cut them out and edit it for me. But yeah, I mean, it's I have a lot of fun doing it, and I think that it kind of also gave Nick an outlet to be like, there's you like singing and you're a good singer. I could kind of like help supplement this for you, in a way. So like the freaking halftime show was a freaking blast to record, and that's something that I was thinking about as I was back home for Christmas break. No,
Yeah,
Thanksgiving break.
how did that come together?
It was Thanksgiving break, and out of nowhere I just went, "You have Twitch Prime?" And I was like, "Oh, I want to make that into something." And then I was back home, and then I like kind of learned the chords on the little piano that I bought. And then all I did was like record myself playing the piano, and I was like, "Don't forget that if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime." And I sent it to
good.
Nick, and
It's
I was
so
like,
good.
"We need to record this for something."
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm in." And then it just so happened that when we did the basketball game, it was like, "Oh, we need a halftime show." That's what the halftime show is. And so it was awesome to come in and record that day and just tell everybody like, "Hey, we're gonna be loud in here. I hope you're okay with that."
Yeah, I don't
Nick
think
had
we
so
really understood how loud it would be once Nick started practicing his trumpet.
We had so many takes. There were so many takes where I'm like, yeah, he got it. You know what I mean? And then he'd be like, I didn't get it. I got to do it again. And like, that take was exactly like the last one.
Yeah.
How is the competition between Nick vying for you guys to be a musical duo versus Greg is always championing you and him doing some sort of album freestyle kind of thing?
Well, yeah, it does feel like he wants to exclude Nick, but then Nick every once in a while will be helpful in the music creation, and he
Every
will,
once in a
he'll
while.
just sort of like drop a little verse there, and when we're doing, "Hey, do you wanna go downtown with me and my daddy?" And then like Nick kind of hops in with something else. I feel like he's the necessary third in that relationship.
Yeah.
But Greg saying, "I'm telling you, Andy, for 30 minutes straight, it's just you and that piano, and it's me singing, and you drop a beat, and we're gonna make 20-second songs until you laugh, and then we start a new song." And I'm like, that has to happen.
That's so-
Yeah.
yeah,
Two
that'd be
different
great.
coins of the musical creativity.
Yeah, because it happens so much off camera. Like, it happens constantly as we're prepping for an review, before the cameras are rolling, or, you know, when we're just sitting on the set and I just have the keyboard, I go, do, ga, do, and he was like, I like cheese, or like just something stupid, you know, and then he'll, whatever.
But it's good so
Yeah.
often, yeah.
Yeah.
And Nick, it's crazy how often he shocks me when he gets that keyboard. Like, you'll be doing something and he'll sneak in there and he'll start and it's nonsense for a second and then suddenly it clicks and it's like, oh shit, like, yeah, he's
got an ear.
Yeah, he knows what he's
He
doing.
definitely has an ear for it.
Yeah. There's no way to like suppress the drum major side
No,
of
of
Nick.
course not. Of course
Just
not.
inherent.
And
in
he doesn't
who
even have a
is.
triangle. It's crazy.
I feel like that's something we could fix for 2025, you know?
He's got a beautiful voice, though. He has a beautiful voice.
Sure
How do you
does.
feel about the state of your harmonizing so far this year?
In that song, really damn good. In most other cases, you know, if we ever wanna, on a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair. When he does his solo podcast, I need
Yeah.
him to go, cool wind in my hair, and then we can join him.
I
We
really
can
hope he
conjoin.
doesn't remember to tell
Room
me.
I
for
hope so.
growth.
Room for growth.
Needs
for sure.
improvement,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
one would say on our previous
Absolutely.
probably report cards. I think that's what they used to say.
There's no chance you guys remember to tell him to do that.
Never.
None. Chat,
I might be home. Who knows? I might drive.
Barrett, it's time for the next voicemail.
These next two are both from Corey Cudney. This first
Ooh.
one is for Joey and Andy. Takes a second.
Yeah,
I
take your
know.
time. Should we fill talk or?
Oh, this one's taking a while to load.
Oh,
You know,
Sometimes
that's how
Google
it is.
Drive is
That-
like a
that's
little-
yeah,
Joey
Google
and
Drive.
Andy, I want to group together because they just exemplify what it means to cultivate a great community. They both immediately and enthusiastically embraced me making the gifts. They never tried to shut it down. Andy specifically encouraged me in such a great way. Joey was always so good about everything, going out of her way to get me details to flesh out that Giphy page. None of that could have happened without them just embracing and encouraging me in a way that they didn't have to.
Corey rocks.
why would we ever constrain you, Corey?
Yeah.
You've done so much incredible work for us, and like anything that we can do to like help you, help us is
Yeah.
an instant no-brainer, of course.
Yeah, super talented and obviously just has a passion for what we do. And it kind of, you know, it's what I was doing when I was making fan art, or it's what anybody's doing whenever they're just really passionate about something. And he cares about us and cares as much as he does to have that Giphy page with a shit ton of stuff.
Millions of views
and
at this
I
point.
Didn't it hit 1 billion?
I think maybe, probably.
I constantly get texts from random people being like, "Oh my God, I searched for this word in Giphy and your picture popped up."
When I
And
was at
that's-
work, somebody used a Greg Miller
It's
gift.
all Corey. It's all Corey. And you're seeing the same thing with the homie Evan Yan, who's making a lot of like different breakouts and just
So much fun.
getting into editing and yeah, it's always encouraged because it helps us out obviously, but also I get to see my face a whole lot.
And it's always fun to be able to like champion people who do like so much amazing work for us.
Yeah.
To be able to get other opportunities in other places. Like anytime we can vouch for you to
100%.
make gifts for anybody else, we are like obviously more than
Yeah.
happy to.
Yeah, the amount of times that we see people from within that kind of help out with random things here and there, and that puts us on to seeing that tweet from a random content creator saying, "I'm hiring an editor." Bam, here's their name, and then I vouch for them.
It happened to me literally this weekend. Oh, I need people to do X, Y, and Z. I'm like, I've got a list
Yeah,
of people.
Absolutely. Thank you, Corey.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you so much, Corey.
And this one from Corey is for Kevin.
I will always remember last year getting to visit the studio and ask about your setup. Kevin just lit up and went into so much detail about how everything was set up and was so excited to get to help me out. I went back to work the next week and just bragged so much about him. It was such a learning experience, and Kevin always just goes out of his way to teach you whatever he can. He is such a great father. I love getting to watch him grow in real time. Kevin rocks.
Hell yeah. There's nothing more exciting than when someone comes into the studio excited to know about the tech. Of course, I think about one of my best friends, Lauren, comes in. We've played Fortnite a million times, but she works in a company that does a lot of stuff with LED walls. So watching her ask you questions about all the technical stuff, I'm like, hell yeah. Kevin gets to flex that muscle with guests in a way that, like, I feel like because we're in the studio day to day, we don't necessarily ask you about all those details all the time.
I'm so proud of like what we've built here, and it's one of those things that so much of this, like, man, we built the first studio. Like, I remember we like had Matt Scarpino come in and build the LED wall and set everything up, and then we just came in and it was like, wait a minute, they didn't set it up any of the other stuff, and Nick was like, oh yeah, they don't do that, like, and it's like, okay. So we're opening these boxes for these devices that we're like, oh, I guess I'm going to sit down and read the manual. And so many things we like break to do what we want. And it's like,
Every system probably we've ever encountered.
Yeah, and like so much of it is like me on there either Googling and on a random Reddit forum to see someone mention something that we can, they said we can use it this way, but like, that implies we can use it this other way. So much of it, like, I want to, like, because I, like, found something out on a random post, like, I want to try to do my best to share that information out.
Right.
And it's just, it's so much fun when someone comes in here that is interested and asks question. I'm so excited to be like, yeah, this is how we did it. And, like, it's not supposed to work this way, but, like, that's how we put ourselves on the LED wall. Or, yeah, it's so much nonsense, and I love it.
Even with like stuff that we don't necessarily talk about publicly, about like the doc that we have for like keeping track of all of our shows and headlines and stuff like that, and the way that you were like, I can figure out how to make this syndicate to the calendar. Like, sure, why not?
I want to make a video where I like explain how that all works and then put out like a copy of it, so it can be like, hey, tweak it however you want, because it's like, it's one of those things that like I spent like a week creating this doc that like with one button press sends over all our stuff to Google Calendar, and it's just like, it's so much fun to figure out, and it's like, what is the knowledge doing just sitting in my head? You know?
Nerdy Kev is always like, I think the Kev that I vibe with the most, because I share a lot of those nerdy tendencies, and like, it's always cool to just kind of, do you see this video about this plugin for this new streaming thing? Wait, what is it? It does this and that and automates it. Like, I love that he has that same passion that I don't get to dive into as much, but it's always cool to kind of just talk shop in a way about whatever random new product Elgato's coming out, or like I always feel that people may think it's a burden whenever they ask Kevin for help on this stuff, and they may be Kevin loves talking about that shit. Like, Kevin loves showing why he's so proud of all of this, because let me show you all the ways of why this is cool,
But also in explaining how it works and thinking about someone else's problem, you can find a solution to something else or their problem, and then like now that's one more, thing in the Rolodex that we can use. Yeah.
100%. James Davis says, a core memory of mine is Kevin geeking out with the technical director of BHM, which I don't remember what that stands for off the top of my head, but I imagine it's Michael from Rooster Teeth, and like watching you guys kind of like geek out in the same space with somebody with like the same knowledge base.
I wish I had met him earlier.
Yeah. Black Heritage Month. Thank you. I feel like this is something that we've talked about like privately and stuff like that, but I feel like it would be so easy for us to get comfortable in like the technology that we know and are familiar with, but Kevin always pushes us to push the boundaries and break the systems that we use.
I'm not pushing it. Like, you guys come and give me ideas of like, hey, could we, what if we have, can we play our guitar? What if we also do the piano? And it's like, all right, well, I got to figure out the wires to get that. And like, we can do both, and it's like, it's cool.
Yeah,
like, it's always evolving.
I love that you've always been down to try to, like, you're always accepting of a problem of like, here's this thing you're requesting. I think we can figure something out. This is exciting. I want to figure this out.
Puzzle games for Kevin also applies to work stuff.
It's I remember, like, what was it?
It's always met with an excitement.
The Sifu. Like, hey, how do we get
speedrun?
Yeah, 2 different gameplays going, and it's like, it's funny because like since then, like I've been able, like, we can do different ways to get that working even smoother. But like that first step of like, how do we have 2 gameplays outputting at the same time? It's just like, it's
If you remember, that was a 4-person one as well.
Oh yeah.
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 Hopefully
And
figure
it's
out.
so much easier now with the vMix stuff. The way we use it now. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
I love it.
Yeah.
So fun. Barrett, who do we have up next?
Up next, we have Eric Myers.
Ooh, Eric.
So one of my favorite memories involves Andy, and it was when Matt Batson and I were working together on a kind of funny wrestling bit. And he needed a cover of Limp Bizkit's My Way, and so I went and recorded that. And then later Matt comes to me and he's got vocals from Andy. And I have never had a more challenging project than mixing Andy just give it his all in these dry vocal tracks going, I'ma do things my way. It's my way. I was just in absolute hysterics. That is just a wonderful, cherished memory.
Yeah, I don't even remember what that was for.
I think you
But-
said KFFL.
Oh my God, was it?
Or I think he said wrestling.
Oh, wrestling. Sorry, my bad.
Oh
KFW.
my God, that's right. That's when they were introduced. I think that was something with like the Joey
J&W.
J&W.
How
yeah.
dare you
God,
forget
that's
Andy?
Sorry,
seems
Joe,
like
sorry,
we put
sorry.
so much more effort than we
But yeah,
needed
like
to.
again, like that's another thing that I also get excited about, and I love being involved in anything Matt Batson is working on because he's so creative, and I respect him so much as a creative.
That basketball
and
game was
and
so
Eric
good.
Myers kicks ass at guitar, and for
Yeah.
Matt to be like, "Can you do a Fred Durst impression?" Like, fuck yes, I would love to try. You know, I want to do things my way. And it's just like, fuck.
I see the issues he was having.
Way, you'll see things my way. I was just recording in my room. That's all it was. It was
Hell
awesome.
yeah. Thank you, Eric. What a fun time.
Yeah.
The Matt Batson. If we haven't given Matt Batson enough flowers for the Kind of Funny basketball game, I feel like we should.
It's so good.
Absolutely crushed it. As soon as we decided to do this, we knew that he was going to be the person to edit this.
And it's not just the edit, it's all the scoreboard, scoring,
The
UI,
ticker at the
all
bottom.
that stuff. But all
You guys
of
should
the
go back for a second rewatch for sure, because I guarantee that you
Well,
missed
little
something.
it's going to go up
Easter eggs are
separately
so
as
good.
well.
Oh, perfect.
But I love the little Easter eggs all over the place, kind of with nods
Yeah.
just to all of Kind of Funny history. And then, you know, the NBA Street little bit that he did. It's great. It's so creative.
Something that I really appreciate with the people that we work with in the community is like, especially we're talking about Matt, we're talking about Cameron. They are so ingrained in the community that they know the other people in the community to hit up for their specialties.
Yeah.
We're talking about SC Infected with the Kind of Funny database. Like there's so many different people that like
so
specialize in like these very specific things about Kind of Funny. And working with people in the community means that you know those other people. And I'm just always very, very grateful. Who do we have up next, Barrett?
Mario, not Bros.
Oh, Mario.
What's up, guys? It's Mark.
You
We're
are-
not bros.
we
It's
go.
you guys. All the first editions, except for Kevin, because Kevin was there kind of from the start, but not really. You guys were one of us, man. You guys were part of the community, and you made it happen. I remember feeling immensely proud for you guys. I met Joey at E3 2016 before she worked there, but
Back
I
in
could
the
tell
day.
that she was going to be a huge addition. And Andy's been my guy forever, man. And I remember after he played the national anthem with the guitar at Kind of Funny Live 3, he came up to where I was at the VIP section and gave me a big old hug. And that's a special moment, man. I love you guys so much.
Yeah, I feel like we are nothing without the community. I feel that especially of like, the only reason that I am here now is because you all kind of rallied behind me and we're down for all of the crazy, like, let's figure out all of these events around Kind of Funny Live and like all of these weird ideas that we had as admins or whatever. And I'm always very grateful that you guys were always like down to clown and do all of these fun events outside of the bigger events. Cause I know you guys were working so hard. You're like, I don't know if I have enough time to plan everything, let alone attend, which you, especially Kevin, I feel like always made like such a big effort to like hang out with the community and stuff like that.
I think it
And
was the
that meant a
third
lot.
in prom, yeah, where I was able to do that. But like, oh, Andy and the guitar. Was that Kind of Funny Live too?
3.
3?
I wasn't
God.
with the company yet for 2.
Yeah.
I was there for Rooster Teeth.
Yeah.
I was visiting with Rooster Teeth.
Or
Working it, actually.
I remember being blown away. I remember being, I think I was off the stage and just watching you play the guitar and just being like, this kid is magic. Look at him. Ah, so cool.
It's weird to look back and think like, oh, I attended Kind of Funny Live 1 as a fan and like happened to
That is
get
wild.
an early seat because I was like, what's behind this curtain? Let's
Yeah.
go behind. And I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna put my stuff down and like to have a picture of like me and Galen with Nick and Tim, like as they're going through the crowd in their entrance, to helping with community events and Kind of Funny Live 2, to being on stage for Kind of Funny Live 3, and then to helping Tim plan prom. Like, it's just like kind of a crazy timeline of events.
Yeah, Mario's the dude, man. He's just always been so respectful and humble and just a genuine good person. And so anytime that we've ever been able to interact, it's always all love for him, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I know. In 2016, before I joined the company, I remember at the E3 stage, we were camped out together.
I mean, wasn't he at the GameStop thing that you all did, like in 2017, maybe 2016?
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember those old-ass photos with him, yeah.
That's where the, like, internet, like, there was some cable that was crushed and, like, everything didn't go up live right when it was supposed to. I guess, I don't know. I didn't watch it as it was happening, so. But, yeah, that was, like, we had a lot of people that we brought up to that. They were just like, it's random but, you know, not random. It was us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you to whoever's rating right now. We can't see, sorry.
I
We
feel
have
like
a
someone
weird
said
chat.
Kyle Bossman, but I could be lying.
Oh, Bosman.
Thank you.
Bosman rates me a lot, and I'm always sad that I rarely get to return the favor because I'm always up just later
The
than he is.
degenerate
Yeah.
hours.
Sorry.
Barrett, who do we have up next?
Next up, we have Neo Aoshi.
This episode is brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends over at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. They have hundreds of options to choose from, so you're bound to find the perfect pair to match your style. Plus, if your shades ever go missing or take an unexpected hit, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you don't love your shades, exchange them for a new pair or return worry-free within 30 days. Y'all know I've been outside a lot in the sun playing Pokemon Go, and it's such a great experience wearing my Shady Rays when I'm out and about looking dope. Exclusively for you, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. Head to shadyrays.com and use code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. That's shadyrays.com. Use the code FUNNY. This episode is brought to you by Rocket Money. You sign up for something, forget about it after the trial period ends, then you're charged month after month after month. The subscriptions are there, but you're not using them. In fact, 85% of people have at least one paid subscription going unused each month. Thanks to Rocket Money, you can see all your subscriptions in one place and cancel the ones that you're not using anymore and save more money. Rocket Money has helped multiple members of Kind of Funny learn that they are still paying for things they totally didn't even realize. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions. It monitors your spending and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and match your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/kindoffunny today. That's rocketmoney.com/kindoffunny. rocketmoney.com/kindoffunny.
Kevin, Joey, Andy, this is Neo Aoshi. It's been a pleasure getting to know you guys over these past 10 years. Kevin, you are the glue, the absolute boss. I love every time you are on content. You make me smile, man. Joey, you're a delight. How can I say? I love seeing you. I love having you around. And Andy, you are a talent. Powerhouse. It is incredible everything that you come up with, man. You are hilarious, you're funny, you're musical. What can I say? I wish you all the very best and hope to see you a lot more in the future.
Thank you, Neo.
Thank you, Neo.
It's so funny to go back and watch the intro video that we had where it's that clip where it's like, oh, I'm not an on-screen talent. And boy, how short-lived that was for you.
Well, a lot of it was just scared of the call and backlash, scared of getting people that were possibly going to be really, really angry.
Yeah, like we just threw you in
that,
as a substitute.
You're not you can't replace it. I mean, it's similar to what happened, with Podcast Beyond, where, Brian and Max had to deal with a lot of just hate from people.
Oh, that sucks.
And I was like, I don't want that. And, keep me off just let me edit, and which is funny because I was also learning how to edit. Didn't know how to edit.
Andy can learn how to edit.
Yeah,
It's
but
fine.
you had the rhythm down of like you knew how to make something that was fun.
Yeah, I knew. I feel like I've always understood what makes something funny and timing and what how to.
The comedic timing, I think, is key.
Yeah,
Well,
and
Nick-
so it was just like I had been in game development, and I'd been working in Photoshop and all these other suites for a while. So it's like I could probably learn Premiere, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and Nick had he always said this thing of like we can teach someone to edit, but we can't teach them like timing.
Yeah.
And it's like that's like he's right, Like you came in and like your first edits, it's like, oh fuck, like this is a level beyond what I had,
And then I just think about us recording on that stupid fucking thing that made every file. It's like we're gonna try
big.
multicam streaming, and I'm on just like a weak ass computer trying to do multicam cutting
Switching.
and
ProRes
each
files.
dude, each fucking
LT that were still 1 minute was 1 gig, and we would record 90 minutes of gameplay.
It was 4 different 90 gigabyte files, and my PC just couldn't handle. Oh, this sucks so bad.
It's crazy how much we've grown since then. Of like, I can give you, the same files at like similar quality AV1.
Yeah.
6 gigs.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It rocks.
Yeah.
It's funny to think about you guys like in the back room and the setups that we used to have for those
Yeah, I
party
was
mode
just thinking
episodes.
that.
Kevin back there on like a little like TV trade table like these.
Getting all these wires set up and be like, I'm so sorry, guys. We're about to be there. We're about to be there.
Dude, I think back to the time where we were super excited to do a big conjoined party mode with all the Let's Play family, and we played PUBG.
Right. Oh yeah.
And we were all on gaming laptops around the tiny fucking desk.
Yeah.
So it's 4 people
With
laptops and
the
just
Shoguns, like right in front of it, right? Like right next to your thing.
like, oh my God.
Not to mention a group of people that never plays on PC.
Yeah. I'm so glad
Or
that
they
I
never played
wasn't.
PUBG.
I'm so glad that me at that time was not that person, because I would have been like, I'm not playing on this fucking setup. I need my monitor, I need my mouse and all this stuff. By the time we didn't even know how to play keyboard mouse games, we were
Oh my
just
God,
like,
is this it?
yeah, this is it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Wild.
Look at us, we're around a desk looking down at laptops.
We didn't even have enough room for people to be in different rooms while we played.
And not to mention that whenever we record in review, like my laptop will be in the way of this little microphone stand. So imagine a laptop with the microphone stand and a mouse. I cannot believe the setup that we had there.
We've grown so much.
I don't like if I've always said it on a lot of these different sort of look backs, but I wish that I could just clone myself and have them make party mode, because it was so fun to do. It was such a cool challenge.
Yeah.
It was just so much
It'd be
work.
so much easier now.
So many iconic moments coming out of those party mode episodes. I feel like still to this day, there are a lot of like favorite moments.
Yeah.
Even though we haven't done the show in 5 years.
Yeah.
5+ years probably.
It's always funny to kind of get a random surprise where somebody sends me something on Twitter. What was that song in that one episode? I'm like, I don't know, actually. Let me go look. And then I'm surprised by something. Yeah.
What's up, Tim?
Yeah, I always just had a lot of fun kind of
God, I still get
finding the
that
humor.
stuck in my head.
What's
Up, Tim?
What's up, Tim?
The Rainbow Six betrayal. That was another big
Oh
moment.
my God.
That was one of those like close to pickles moments.
That was that was a really rough mental day where I'm like, I'm gonna have to edit this.
Yeah.
And I'm so mad right now.
Are you really grateful that you don't have to edit party mode with Mike?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Can you imagine what the chaos would be of that?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, thank you.
And like that's a lot of probably betrayal on your half too. So
Yeah.
probably better that it ended when it did.
And he'll be saying he's my best friend, and he's doing something to fuck me over.
As he's absolutely team killing you in the moment.
Like cutting into that.
Yeah.
Oh man, some good times. Barrett, who do we have up next?
I have kind of lost track. What was the last one? Neo Aoshi, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds
The
right.
next one is Kevin Garaventa.
Good name.
Kevin G.
Really cool name.
One of the best memories that I have about Kevin is when he happened to fall outside the house, and they ended up getting it on camera. And he was willing to bring it in and share with everybody rather than just be embarrassed by it. So something I just love about you, Kevin, is what you're adding to Kind of Funny and willing to put yourself out there like that. So thank you.
Kevin knows what makes good content, even if it's at the expense of himself.
Yeah, like, what am I supposed to do?
I don't-
not share that.
I don't know what episode it was during in review, but we broke into coverage as if like the president had been shot, and we.
I think it hit every show that day.
We interrupted this episode of interview and be like, hold on, we have to watch this.
Wait, no, like,
And it is one of the most animated things I've ever
Your
seen in my
physical
life.
comedy, even
Yeah, physical comedy.
or like in
My recovery.
Yeah, just the thing of legends, Kevin.
So what was happening is I had to do something on the second floor, and this was before the floors were connected. So I had to run out, and like I was almost late for running a show. So I was running up the stairs, and I fell, and then I had to get up and run to start the show. Yeah, and when like we got all set up, I was like, okay, guys, just so you know, I'm really hurt. I fell. And everyone was like, wait, what? And you know these assholes, they're like,
we gotta ask questions.
yeah, you have cameras
Of course
everywhere.
we're gonna talk shit about it.
And Tim knows you have cameras everywhere.
So yeah, they're talking shit about it. And it's like, well, you know, what do I have all these cameras for if not to pull up the footage? So yeah, it was. I think it was an in review where I was like, all right, I have it.
Fine, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was. I don't remember the episode.
Just God bless you,
That
Kev.
was so damn funny.
One of the, I think, an all-timer moment for Kind of Funny. Especially then we get to, of course, when the footage gets out of your hands and it gets in the hands of the community.
And they're mixing
we get
it.
the most incredible edits. I'm sure that was a kind of or KFAF bit at one point where you just went through all of the edits of Kevin falling.
Or Internet Explorer.
Yeah.
yeah,
have been
whatever
that.
show we had at the time.
Oh, this is a Kind of Funny podcast.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I'm pretty sure we were
Our
shown.
most embarrassing moments exposed. The amount of times I've been thumbnails for these kind of.
I think we were revealed it on a in review.
Yeah, I can't find that one.
Yeah.
This is the easiest one to find.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
so
that's
funny.
probably in the KFBF
God, my backyard has
database at some
changed so
point,
much
but
since
we'll get
then.
there.
I
I keep thinking about the Smash Mouth edit that somebody did.
It was very good.
It's just like the whiplash.
Oh, the Gwen
back.
Stefani one, Bruce Wayne Brady, was also
Yeah.
excellent.
But Andy, I got up and ran up the stairs and started the show.
It'll
Yeah.
never, it would never deter you, Kevin.
And my favorite thing about that clip is the audio where I go, oh fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
Some good stuff.
I recently, I because how bad Twitter is, Kevin. Whenever you try to search for keywords
the
on Twitter,
worst.
you just won't get shit.
Hurts, yeah.
But I would find random clips from whatever breakouts that I'd posted from around certain times, and I found the clip where I'm telling Nick how awesome it is that Kevin Feige sat down with all of the directors and had a rules of the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
And he sat down with everybody. And he's here's what the rules are. Isn't this cool, Nick? Like Kevin, like being in this meeting and being told like your heroes can do this and blah blah blah, but they can't do that, and timelines, all that stuff. Like, isn't that awesome? Rules of the multiverse. Man, it sounds so cool. And Kevin goes, yeah, but do you think they told them like you can't talk in your character? Like Groot, no happy. And I was like, he was, you know what I mean? I was like, no, I don't know what you mean, Kevin. He goes, yeah, you know, like at Disneyland when they say, you know, you can't like.
You can't say you're the princess.
You can't say you're the princess. And Tim goes, yeah, that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about something completely different. And Kevin just sits there, waits a beat, and he goes, oh yeah? And it's one of the funniest fucking clips. It's just all of us. Like everybody on the show is like, no, that's not what he's saying. And or Kevin, like that is you're way off right now.
Oh, of course, the chat is also calling out Joss Whedon.
Joss? His name's Joss?
I thought it was Josh.
Joss?
The MCU era was just what a perfect moment in time for Kind of Funny.
You remember those movies used to be good?
I need to find that clip. If anybody finds that goddamn clip of the rules of the multiverse, please send it to me.
Of course,
so
around the time. It's so funny to think about the five of you guys
Hillfinger.
being smooshed around the tiny desk, or the small desk, which was the old big desk.
Yeah.
Which, in comparison to the new desk, looks so
Yeah, it's
small. And I can't
comically
imagine
small.
you guys just all smooshed around it.
Well, there was that clip we were watching earlier where it was it 5 or 6 of us around that desk, and it was just like
It's a tight squeeze.
It looks like a joke. I think it was 5. Where I think it was in review clips.
5 was the norm, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, man, I can't believe that's like we have so much space with this.
Mm-hmm. Some good times. Barrett, who do we have up next?
Next up, we have the French Dip, Cameron French.
Cameron
Cameron
French.
Hey friends, Cameron from the French Dip Design here. First, I wanted to say congratulations on 10 incredible years. I cannot wait to see where the next 10 years take y'all. This message is for Joey. Joey, you were the first person to really give me a chance with working with Kind of Funny for designs, for merch. Special shout out to Roger as well. And I just wanted to thank you for always leading with so much heart and joy. Everything you do makes Kind of Funny stronger, and the community would not be what it is without you. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cameron.
I feel like it's my
Such a
inherent duty too of like I came up from the community, so like pulling as many people up with me, and it's like we have so many talented people in the community. Why would we not use them for
go
all of
elsewhere?
the needs that we have, whether it be merch, whether it be design, whether it be our platinum items that we've sourced from the community so many times, which is like honestly a huge thanks to KFAF for like highlighting so many of the community artists we have. Like I feel like I wouldn't have such a wide pool of people to pull from if you guys had put those nets out during KFAF for the incredible artwork that you guys have submitted over the years. Like
That's one bit. I tried so hard amongst all of these photos that you're seeing behind us. Somewhere I have a Google Drive with a lot of different, submitted artworks from Photoshop, from a lot of the KFAF Photoshop entries, and I just could not find that freaking drive. I don't know where it is, but there's a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to have had some of them sort of circling behind us, so my apologies there.
we'll get that up there for
Yeah.
the next KFAF special. Maybe we'll have a rotating picture frame in
Yeah.
the background.
That's cool.
Tamar Hussein's in the chat. Hey, Tam.
Hi, Tam. Thanks so much for being our incredible officiant referee for the
You did a
KF
fantastic job.
basketball game. I love that I can just text him and be like, you watch a lot of basketball. How do you feel about refereeing? And he's like, I don't really know anything about refereeing, but I will learn for you guys. And I was like, thank you. I appreciate
I mean, he's a
that.
basketball savant, He
Yeah.
never reminds me to go play, but it's fun.
No one spends as much time at Chase Center as Tamar Hussein.
I call it the Oracle today.
The Oracle.
I said Roracle. I think they call it the Chase Center now. I was like, got Chase
Oh,
Center
yeah,
later.
that did happen
Yeah.
at one point. So thank you, Cameron French.
I
been an
promise
honor
I'm
to
not
work
bored.
with.
I'm just looking at my phone looking for this clip. So,
I keep looking at the wall, so I'm similarly feel like I'm a little bit more distracted than I should be.
I love it. Barrett, who do we have next?
Next up, we've got Kebabs.
Ooh.
Hey, Kebabs.
Those K-Babs.
Kebabs here. My fondest memory of Joey is on the KFAF when someone opened a box of plastic forks on both sides, causing her to accidentally dump all of them on top of a cake.
Who was
Opens
that?
a box on both sides.
Who does that,
Great question, Kebabs. Who opens a box on both sides? Andy.
Who does that, Joe? I mean,
I can't believe you let me take the fall for it.
You so quickly were like, Joey.
you look so silly there, Joe. You look so ridiculous.
This
there.
is primo example number one. When they gave me carte blanche to pick who I'm playing Mario Party with, I was like, I can't pick Andy because Andy is ready to turn on me on a dime. You are the original, what do we call Snowbike Mike? Not deflect bike Mike, but it's something like that.
Oh, shift blame Mike.
Shift blame Mike. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. I feel like you started the undercurrents of that. Maybe
Remember
with
when you
me.
when you physically hit me with the carrot and the wall?
I apologize for that. I apologize for that because I don't like that was my instantaneous
That was a
response.
great moment,
It's
though.
really only come out twice.
Oh, my
that one that
God.
happened with you, and when Greg Miller tried to scare me in the Vancouver airport, and I hit him and knocked his phone out of his hand, and then maybe he lost the recording of that because
He deserved that, though.
yeah.
God, I remember the carrot on the wine thing was something that we were doing throughout the entire day, and we had set up that carrot in that wine
Hours ago.
12 hours beforehand, and this was before I was at KF, but I was shooting the documentary for that Extra Life,
Which we asked you to do like a day before, right?
the morning of.
Yeah.
God bless you, Barrett.
And I went over and I was sleeping, and Kevin wakes me up. He's like, "We're trying to get her to drink the wine. We're trying to get her to drink the wine. You got to shoot it. You got to shoot it right now."
Sleep deprived Joey is the worst version of myself for sure. Because being, oh no, being woken up.
This is one bit that is so unfortunate we haven't done more of. Because we have a ton of carrots right now.
Do we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Wild Wings.
Who? Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, who the fuck has carrots here?
Of course, I had to drop the line from Dumb and Dumber. Why don't you drink up and we'll tell you?
Which I didn't know was a line because I've never seen Dumb and Dumber.
Not good.
I was pretending not to know.
Andy, I thought we were on the same team back then. I should have known better.
Does the documentary end with someone putting the carrot in?
I think so. I think it was Alyssa.
This is like at what,
No.
4 in the morning? 5 in the
Yeah,
morning?
this was way early.
Yeah.
I think.
Damn it.
Oh, jerk.
I think it was.
I think it was
Alyssa,
Alyssa, yeah.
But we had staged that at the end just to have something fun at the very end.
God damn it. Andy, I meant enemies from the start.
Eric Myers sent me the clip.
Hell yeah. Also, guys, we are doing these segments for all of the phases of Kind of Funny. We'll have the new class next, and then we'll finish out with the founders.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You just put them at the end? They're old. They don't
They
stay
have
up that
to.
late.
They have to be here.
They have
you know?
to end it.
What do we got, Andy?
Clips in assets.
I'm pulling it up right
Okay.
now.
Thank you so
Hold
much.
on, hold on.
We should fill time.
Matt of Legend said Kevin changed, but Joey's still Birdo. Yeah, because I got to just buy a cute shirt that I liked, and I didn't buy a dumb costume.
Yeah.
What do you think happened in that big meeting that they had where Kevin Feige sat down? Did you hear about this, Nick? Kevin Feige sat down anybody and everybody who's ever been involved and is going to be involved, and it's like, we're setting the rules, all right?
Rules
Like,
of the multiverse.
these are the rules, all right? So everybody take your notes out, and we got to be on the same page so that nobody's kind of screwing stuff up for future movies or whatever.
But do you think they're going like full Disney, where it's like, man, if you're the character, you can't say you're the character. You're the character's friend. You know what I mean? You can't tweet and say
pretending.
Vin Diesel
Just
is sitting
pretending.
there being like, Groot definitely didn't die. You know what I mean?
I don't
It
know.
makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're telling the actors, hey,
You know, in
you can't have
Disneyland, when you go to
opinions.
Disneyland, the characters.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with what Andy just said.
See, I'm glad we got to rewatch this.
What happens in Disneyland with Vin Diesel?
When you're there with Vin Diesel.
What do you...
Oh, yeah?
Someone was asking earlier, where does that Kevin "oh yeah" soundbite come from? And that's exactly
There
where
it
it
is,
is.
yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Incredible.
Because I didn't know how to explain what it was. Like, I was like, I explained it. What do you mean?
Oh, my God.
It's easy enough. Like, did they have the actors involved and tell them, hey, you know, Groot died. You can't say, hey, I don't think Groot died. I think Groot's still alive. You know what I'm saying?
I just don't think that that's an issue that they were having.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, man. Barrett, who do we have up next?
Up next, we have Anthony Capaldo.
Ooh, Anthony.
Want to give congratulations to Big Kev Dog for becoming a dad. It's super cool for him. But I want to give him a shout out for always answering like messages and stuff on Instagram. I think it's cool that he takes time out of his day to have like conversations with people. And shout out to Andy for I think it was KFL 3 where they had him like do the national anthem with the guitar and the headband and stuff.
God, you've never
was
looked
funny as
cooler.
hell and a great first time for him.
Gosh.
Yeah,
You really
that-
crushed it on that
That was
one.
important in impressing my girlfriend at the time. I was like, we just kind of started dating. This is, this could take it to the next level. Check this shit
You've
out.
never seen me perform live before.
Shred in front of how many, hundreds of people or whatever.
I will also give a shout out to Kevin. Always responding to messages, even before I worked here. We roped Kevin into a lot of shenanigans, and Kevin's like, I don't really think this is my job, but you know what? I'm going to do it.
Try my best.
I mean, Kevin's responses to messages spans everyone. Kevin responds to my mom. Like, you respond to everyone.
I owe your mom a message because she gave you brought a gift that she gave for Henry, and I love it. I'm excited to put him in it. Obviously, he's too small for it now.
Yeah.
But I keep forgetting to hit up your mom to say thank you.
Yeah. Kevin's dedication knows no bounds, truly. Gosh, you look so cool. That eagle shirt.
Fucking sick ass eagle shirt.
How many times did you have to practice this? Like, what's...
Are you kidding? He's a natural.
Oh, well, no. I mean, I was so nervous going up there, though. So I was like, I didn't want to fuck up the notes or anything like that.
Did you practice for this more or for time after time?
For reals?
Yes.
Ooh, it's not just an audio track?
No.
I was standing on the side.
We had my shitty little combo tube amp, and it was plugged in off stage, and with a mic dangling over the amp to mic it, and then
is that really the best we could do?
Yeah, I guess so at the time.
That's wild. Yeah. God, we've learned so much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Barrett, who do we have next?
Carlos Rodriguez.
Ooh.
Hey, this is Carlos Rodriguez, your doctor recommended dose of nerdiness,
Nerd a
aka
day.
your nerd a day. To Andy and Joey and Kevin, I wanted to give you guys a special shout out for just these past 10 years of being amazing people, and it's been really inspiring to see people of color, do it at such a high level, in this industry. And thank you, just purely thank you for just being amazing people.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like this is a lot on the two of you of like really embracing your heritages and like really putting it on display at Kind of Funny in a way that I feel like we hadn't really seen before you two.
Yeah, I feel like if anything, it made me almost more proud because I wanted to, to show everybody where I come from. And that's why I would always, shout out RGV and all that stuff. Like I wanted to show people and just kind of show other people who were maybe like me, who never thought like from the RGV, it's like I'm going to stay here all my life and become a teacher. I just, not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just like, I don't do that. We don't do that. Like we, just think about like Latino uncles and aunts and stuff. It's like, no, we don't do that shit.
Yeah.
You want to be on TV? No, we don't fucking, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Whatever. This weird sort of like machismo thing when it comes to like chasing dreams or whatever. But I will never, ever forget all of the support that my parents had for me growing up. Like the amount of times that they're like, you're going to be spending a lot of money in this art school. But I remember my dad being like, I fucking hate my job though. Like, and I want you to do something that you love. And it's like,
yeah, gotta get up to the fam that loves and supports. And even if it feels something so outside of the norm, just being like, I want something better for you than the life that I live necessarily.
Yeah, it's so cool to be able to tap into our, like my Latin heritage and like the ability to like speak Spanish and like I remember like bumping into Ignacio Rojas like outside of the old studio and me just starting to talk to him in Spanish and him being like, oh shit, you actually speak Spanish. And it's like, yeah, dude, like 100%. And it was just, it's such a cool thing that like always is another avenue, another door that I can open and just suddenly, this whole other realm of people that I can interact with and have another special moment. And it's happened many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
Even for me, I feel like you guys have been like an inspiration. Don't fucking, you started it. But like being half Mexican and half Japanese, there's like always that conversation of like not feeling like enough because like I'm only half or whatever, and like not necessarily like fully embracing either side of it. But like being around both of you guys, like I feel like really did that for me too, of like, oh, this is like something that I can embrace and like even as an adult, like really dig into more and stuff like that. So
yeah, I talked about it on I talked about it on Twitter several years ago, but you know, growing up when I was really into music, we wanted to like when I would go to when I moved to Austin or whatever, it's like it's almost like I was ashamed, you know, of my heritage. And now realizing how much more special it makes me, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear, what's the next one?
The next one is coming from, I lost my mouse. There it is. Carrie Palmer.
Hey, Kevin and...
Oh, sorry.
All good.
Hey, Kevin, Andy, Joey, and Cool Greg. This is Kerry from Melbourne. Just wanted to say that while you guys are like the first hires of Kind of Funny, I can't imagine Kind of Funny without you guys. The different ways you bring your creativity to the shows, the different ways you think of elevating the podcasts and with different ideas and ways to make things better, it all shows every time, whether it's on screen or behind it. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie.
I feel like being at Kind of Funny for me, I feel like pre-Kind of Funny, I always like totally identified with the side of me that's like into more logistics and like the boring side of things. And I don't feel like I really ever tapped into my creativity. But being here, being surrounded by so many creative minds and the way that Kind of Funny just cultivates that like everybody is part of the creative process. Like there's no one that is outside of that for us. It really is like a group mentality, I feel like has really grown all of us, like that we are all active participants in the process for the company in general. It's not something that like just Greg or just Tim and just Nick do. It's like truly a group effort.
Yeah. One thing I wanted chat to do right now, I know we're not doing a giveaway, so that's when everybody wants to type in stuff. So I if you want to keep on lurking, please feel free. But I would love to see everybody just type in the year that you first started listening to us.
Yeah.
Just either 2019, 2017, 2015, 2022, whatever it may be. Because I'm always just kind of shocked and surprised by
Way too
responses.
2015, 2018.
Because I'm always just so used to like
so fast.
I'm always so used to like everybody's only going to be here from the beyond days, like where I kind of started listening, and it's always so shocking to hear people be like, hey, man, I started listening to y'all during the pandemic. It's like, whoa, really? Why?
Yeah.
Like,
it's
what
like
brought you in, you know?
It's going so fast, but it's so diverse.
Yeah.
There is
it's
for sure
all
not like a
over the
single
place. Yeah.
consensus.
2012, 2017, 2013,
Well,
from
2022,
That's not right.
2015.
Yeah.
Well, you know, IGN or whatever.
No.
It doesn't
We
count.
didn't exist before then.
Also, I just want to shout out Jamil T. Davis, who gifted out 100 membership subs on YouTube.
What?
Jesus.
What the?
Jamil T. Davis is just such a crazy supporter. Thank you for all of your support, Jamil T. Davis.
The
Oh
amount
my
of support that
gosh.
we've been getting on Twitch and YouTube has been wild.
Yeah.
Unreal
we haven't done
today.
a great job calling it out, but like, yeah, thank you for everyone that has gifted stuff out.
Yeah, behind the curtain, every time somebody checks in with Tim, like, how do you feel about like how everything's going today? Tim's always like blown away today, which is like an incredible.
Matt
feat,
Campbell started
truly.
listening in 2022.
Yeah.
Those are the people I want to be like, why?
Yeah.
Because I always noticed the turn was when we worked at the old studio in the apartment, and we were all at the mall. It was one of those days where we had a
Target excursion.
We had one of those nice excursions where we didn't have an afternoon show, so it's like, let's go get lunch and then let's go whatever. So we went to lunch and then we were walking at the mall afterwards, and somebody at like a Champs Sports or whatever, some sort of sports store, was like, hey, oh my God, kind of funny, you guys do the Marvel reviews. And I was like, oh shit, that's the only thing you know us from.
Somebody that doesn't know us from games.
Yeah, you're not a gaming person. You just started watching because of whatever MCU and review. I was like, whoa, okay, that's kind of interesting.
Well, I remember like Engadget wrote an article about us when we did that, and it was like crazy because it was like at that point in life, like I used to visit that website every day, and it was like, holy fuck,
yeah,
like we've done something special.
We made it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I really miss those, by the way, like going to the mall together. Like I think that like at least once a month we should try to plan a like, hey, we're not doing a stream this day because we're all going out to the mall. Because like those are such dumb like, hey, we're all gonna go get lunch somewhere and then we're gonna just hang out and dick around together. And I feel like those are so important.
Well, because everything is so segmented with our schedules. Like,
Yeah.
we it is rarer.
Which
to
is
kind of,
good.
Yeah.
Like time-wise
Oh, of
for
course,
our work
yeah.
schedule.
Even at the old studio, there used to be like a break after Kind of Funny Games Daily in the morning show where like everybody was off till the afternoon podcast.
Yeah.
Just not how things are anymore. Uh-oh.
Good
Why
for
is Nick
stories
coming
too.
on?
That is true. Yeah.
What is Nick coming on? You want a mic or you?
No,
Oh,
it's
Nick's coming for the bourbon. He is gearing up for the founder segment.
That's great.
Barrett, who do we have next? Also, can you tell me how many we have left?
We have 2 left.
Okay, perfect. We can finish those out and then we'll bring in the next crew. I think
Next
that puts
up
us at like
is
roughly an hour.
Holden.
Paul Holden, I feel like I've gotten an email from you with some
This
good
one
stuff.
goes out to Andy, the Nitro Rifle Cortez, the funniest member of Kind of Funny. You cemented me as a Kind of Funny best friend for life. I thought as soon as you joined the team, you were changing things and setting things off in the direction that I wanted to see. And of course, Kevin and Joey making sure that everything getting done is getting done. No one does it like you three. Thank you for doing what you do, and congrats of 10 years of Kind of Funny.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paul.
I
appreciate the kind words.
I feel like we talked about a little bit earlier. You were like a little bit nervous about coming in when you came in and like being a replacement for Colin. But I feel like you just came in with like a totally different energy that like put you in a different category and like added a lot of levity that I think that the Kind of Funny in the community needed at that time.
I think of the language of humor, and I think that there was a side of the audience that maybe spoke a different language of humor that then saw what I was trying to bring across. A lot of like just the kind of like deadpan weird stuff that I always
Remember
kind of
when
vibed
everyone
with.
thought you had a completely different persona before you started Kind of Funny?
Oh, yeah,
With your
yeah.
30-second reviews?
Yeah, there was for the 30-second reviews. I remember when Andy moved out here. We actually hung out more before we moved in with each other because he would come over every week for Better Call Saul.
Oh man, BCS, dude.
And there was one week that Gia joined us and realized that it wasn't as much of like a talking hanging out while watching Better Call Saul. We're two fucking nerds who are just like quiet, and then we quickly talk during commercial breaks.
Gia.
Before the first time,
Yapper, we know this.
But before the first time you came over to watch Better Call Saul, whatever it was, season 2 or whatever, Alyssa stopped me and she was like, "Is he really like that, though?"
I would venture to say Alyssa is far from the only one that thought that, because I remember there being a conversation before we understood you as much.
You reviewing my wedding?
So good.
Kenneth
We
and
should
Paula.
revive those before X really goes down the tube, because those are going to be lost to the internet.
Yeah, luckily I have a lot of them on my YouTube that they're just unlisted, fortunately.
Hell
But I've been trying to like download other ones that only went up there because who knows what's gonna happen with that. But I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. It was always fun kind of finding a way to fit into a different kind of comedic thing. And I always appreciate whenever Tim tells me, whoever the cast is, you always perfectly find the comedic spot. And that's something that I've always kind of prided myself on. When I'm with Greg, I have to be I'm shocked or really, really laughing at this. Or when I'm with Nick, when me and Nick have just our conversations on KFAF, it's like a very, very different energy. And when I'm with Mike, I have to be the straight man because nothing that guy says can ever be serious. And I have to kind of be like, okay, that's
the
what we're
chameleon,
doing now.
Andy Cortez.
And I've always like prided myself on that, and I'm glad that people vibe with it and sort of can appreciate the science behind it, because you don't want two wacky people on set together, and you don't want to, you know, kind of just straight laced people together. You need that sort of variety.
Yeah, and that like speaks a lot to your like comedic ability that you can fill all these different roles kind of seamlessly. Doesn't feel like it's ever like a huge stretch for who you are to take on these different roles.
Yeah, it's fun. I appreciate it.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you, Holden.
For the last one, Barrett, who do we got?
We have Marcus Standaffer.
I trust you.
You nailed it.
Kevin, you are fucking hilarious. One time you said, "Science go far here."
Yeah.
And me and my fiance just died. It was, I don't know why, but it was the funniest thing ever, and it still is the funniest thing ever. But congrats on the baby, and congrats to Kinda Funny for another great year.
That
Thank you.
That needed to be a t-shirt.
Science go far here.
Just like a very serious quote. It needs to be amongst a lot of very important scientific quotes throughout from true visionaries. You know, we need to see goddamn Einstein and all of these
Benjamin
amazing
Franklin.
philosophical people, and
Who
then
else are we doing?
science go far here.
It's just sometimes people throw to you and you're just not 100% ready. And you like what comes out comes out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But God bless you for being, those are the nuggets that come out of, I feel like you've probably had some of the most like quotable moments. Save the planet, save the trees.
Save the rebellion.
Save the rebellion, thank you.
Save the rebellion, save the trees.
Yeah.
It wasn't save
My
the dream.
throat was fucked
your
up,
voice
yeah.
was your voice was so that was after KFL, right? That was after KFL 3, I think.
Yeah, it sounds right, yeah.
Save the rebellion, save the trees. The Science Go Far here also reminds me of during our Star Wars stream, me looking at Nick and going, "Man, I'm hungry," and him going, "Me hungry too."
I got scared. I was like, "Oh shit, something's wrong with Nick."
Something's wrong with Nick.
And what I
Me
also
hungry too.
appreciate about you, Kevin, is you roll with the punches no matter what the response is from the people around you or the chat. You
try
are
my
just
best.
happy to roll along with it in like the best manner possible. I feel like it's so easy to get defensive or embarrassed or anything, but you embrace it always 100%.
I like the way you say cock.
Oh my gosh.
Man, Andy, I like the way you say cock.
It like freaks him out to say it, so he like slows down in a great way. Go ahead, say it for her. Let her hear
And he
it.
goes, I'm glad you can't. I'm glad I'm not on camera because I'm smiling so much right now.
I'm smiling ear to ear. And
The part where the other thing that I love about Kevin is it was an interview, it must have been, but when you disappeared at one point and reappeared and nobody knew what was happening and Tim was so freaked out.
The green screen.
Oh
dude.
gosh.
Someone mentioned it earlier too, because this is something that I just think is so funny because it's just me being myself of like
the big beautiful kids.
No, the in review where I'm having a conversation, I pull a cookie out and I'm using it to point, and I start eating it because it's just like in my mind, like, oh, eat the cookie.
Of course. God bless you, Kevin. We love you. Thank you so much, everyone who submitted voicemails. There are so many voicemails that were submitted across the board. We're going to make sure to send them out to everybody so you guys can listen to everything that people have said about you guys, because there's a lot of really nice messages that we just didn't have time for because we have to get to the next group. We're going to bring out the next gen of Kinda Funny, which is Snowbike Mike, Roger, Barrett, Blessing. We're going to get them out on these couches so they can get their flowers too. But thank you so much for all of your nice words. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for making us cry.
Kevin yelling Barrett during the background of KFAF.
Shit was falling apart. It was falling apart.
Just Barrett. What? You say, no, I'm calling Barrett. Oh, okay. Yeah, don't worry about me. We're doing a show.
Things are falling apart. I need help.
Don't worry about me, Barrett.
God bless you all.
Incredible.